Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. For those just joining us, we are in the we have here the Zelda 2 multi-category tournament 2023 grand finals. This is Eunos versus Lite. We're now on game 2 of the best of 5 series. Our category for this race is reverse boss order. Eon and Shadow are returning as comms.
Hello.
Here.
Yeah, I am so excited for this. This is the race I've been waiting all tournament for.
It's finally happening. I saw Eunos doing some runs on stream, I think last Sunday morning. So
yeah, if you've not seen reverse boss order before, or even glitched, even if you've seen glitched Zelda 2 but you haven't seen reverse boss order before, you are in for a real treat. So it looks like the race will begin in about 15 seconds.
yes, this is quite the adventure for Link.
There's a delay. So the time has actually started, or the race time has started, but we're on a little bit of a delay, so it's now like 10 seconds.
Yep, they will be taking off soon, and they will be trying to do some healer glitching.
Yes, yeah, this opens up with a healer glitch, so we're gonna... turns out, I'll do my best to explain this. It's kind of like, basically you have to talk on the healer, or talk to the healer on 2 specific frames. The first one, I believe, sets up the position after she turns around properly, so that when you do the second talk on the frame before she would start entering the door, she turns around and will enter a non-existent door. We just saw Lite get it first try, which is outstanding. That what her going into a non-existent door does is allows you to go to effectively an unmapped exit, which goes to exit 0, which is what we affectionately refer to as Glitch Town, and walking through there lets you wrong warp to the King's Tomb. So now we're coming into Death Mountain in the back door, which lets you get the hammer super quick. But we want to get Attack 3, Magic 1, and Life 2 out of this. So that is a little bit drop dependent. So hopefully they have some good backups in case they don't get it.
Yes, you can kill at least one more red Dyra, right? Or do you kill that one anyway to get it?
No, yeah, so on this one, the route does have you take out the red Dyra to the left of the elevator in Hammer Cave, just because you need that extra experience. It moves your drop 1 earlier, but you need the extra experience to be able to get 3-1-2.
Oh no, Lite takes a little plunge. So I think Eunos got 3rd or 4th try healer glitch, so that will even them up.
Yeah, Eunos is slightly ahead now because of that death, but at this point it's so early in the run, there is so much that could go wrong for either runner. That they're effectively tied. But yeah, you got to take out this red Dyra here. And fighting these red Dyras with Attack 1 in the dark is a lot of fun. That's honestly where I learned to chain double hits together, so...
Yeah, I don't know how you would get through this without learning double hits.
Yeah, it's real rough otherwise, so... Getting that Life 2 is good. Now, yeah, they're both coming over here. You get that Dyra up against the wall, you can do some crouch stabs, and he won't start throwing axes at you, which is nice.
Yeah, I think Lite actually got hit by the Mew.
Yeah, that's why I always try to take out the Mew if possible there. Waiting for the XP to tick up, and now we'll get the drop on the orange Dyra. So you get that extra experience from the red Dyra, and you get your drop on the orange, which is real helpful. Because the oranges, you get more. Oh, Lite is perfect. Looks like Eunos did not get the 200 bag, so So it's going to look like Eunos is ahead because he didn't have the level up, but he is 500 XP behind. So he'll have to make that up somewhere.
Probably extend the forest grind a little bit.
That's what I would do. That's how I used to do it. Eunos is going straight for the medicine. Lite's getting the magic container first. Honestly, doesn't matter what order you do these in. But this is also tricky here because you'll notice we didn't get the jump spell. If you pay attention in like any percent, the old any percent route used to get the jump spell before this, and you could cast jump to jump over the Dairas. So it's much riskier now that you don't have the jump spell. And this run is effectively routed as almost low percent. There will be 3 spells collected, and that's it. So it is like super, super risky by the skin of your teeth every time. Eunos is upset at the drop. I'm assuming at the drop.
Yeah. Thunder, Fairy, and Reflect?
Yes.
The only 3?
So, all right. So they both have the magic container and the water of life. So the RNG and Lite first healer makes sense. So now we're on to the second healer glitch, and if all goes well, this will be the last healer glitch. Oh no, the townsperson came through and messed up Lite on the ping pong, so...
Only the game's AI could have known which NPC we're trying to talk to.
Yes. Oh, Eunos getting the healer glitch before Lite here, so... And now we got to do some door entries. This is effectively a stack overflow glitch. The game only has 2... It only ever thinks you're going to get 2 entries in the door stack. Now we have 3. We're going to go for 6, so that's 4... 5, and 6. So we're writing some stuff all over memory that we're not supposed to, and it has some really interesting effects, as we will see.
And if you go beyond 6, then you start, like, is that where you start, like, falling through the floor and stuff, and losing collision detection?
Well, it doesn't actually lose you collision detection. What it does is it sets your X position way right of where the map actually is, and so you can eventually get back to it if you keep going to the left.
Okay.
So yeah, so we can see Lite here having a bit of trouble getting the second healer glitch still. Eunos is into Palace 2, and we'll see if you scroll the screen to the right. Oh, did not jump over the invisible lava, so that's not good. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
Lives.
Yeah, you do need those lives, because we can't up A at this point until we reach Great Palace, so...
And Lite is almost done in Glitch Town, it looks like.
Alright, yes, so... Eunos getting the glove and able to just exit, which is awesome. So, the wrong warps that we get as a result of scroll lock is really nice, and you'll see these swamp encounters are actually really short because it can't scroll the screen to the left. So now Eunos is gonna go get the downstab and the fairy spell, but since gonna do a little bit of gonna go get the 1-up, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, rock pelts him on the way out.
Yeah, no, that's a very smart play. And then gonna go up and get the fairy spell first, because we don't have jump spell, and then we'll use the fairy spell to enter the church to get downstab. So it's so cool that you can do this, and he'll also refill his magic as a fairy, which is super cool. I just love this category.
So much weird routing, and I think even just compared to the normal scroll lock already, we're seeing so many weird color artifacts on screen that are fun to see in this scroll lock.
And if you had not done the alternate scroll lock that gives us these with the entering door number 2, that gives the vertical light beams coming down, I believe that the spell man would not spawn, so you wouldn't be able to get the spell. So gets the fairy refill, gets into the room as fairy, and so
yep. Light also now getting the fairy spell, so it's like getting the one up,
wasn't too big of a deal, and we're gonna see another trek through Glitch Town here. Once you have scroll lock, get into, so just gonna exit left. We're in Glitch Town, gonna scroll the screen and exit left, and now we're at Bagoo. But we don't actually know Bagoo, and we don't have to know Bagoo. Eunos going to do Link Feet. Gets it, and now we'll see why we don't need to know Bagoo here. Scroll the screen and exit left. Now we're in Glitch Town. Scroll the screen, exit left, and we have crossed the river. So now we're in Death Mountain, and this will be a little bit faster than we saw Dark Death Mountain in the last run. So as you see, you can, on most of these screens, you just scroll the screen to the right and then exit left, and then you get to skip it. Although the trick is here, you don't scroll the screen on this one, otherwise that will give bad things.
And how is it basically, is it basically just taking you to the next number, like exit, when you do that?
Yeah, so it's index math, because the way the cave, the up, down, left, and right exits all go to a specific, it increments, I think, the left exit number by 1, 2, or 3, and I don't know which exit is which that does that, but we effectively, by scrolling the screen, we're going to either the down exit, and so that increments the exit index more than it would have if we just exited out, did it the normal way. And so that's how that works. But I don't, and it just so happens that we're able to use that to wrong warp from Spectacle Rock to Maze Island, which is awesome. And so gonna go do some cool stuff. We have to get we're gonna get the boots. We're also gonna get the raft, which is technically not necessary, but it is faster, because otherwise we'd have to do another up A and healer glitch and stuff. So
yeah, I don't remember where I heard it mentioned, but I thought I heard it mentioned once that someone thought that maybe it was for debugging, that they seem to have connected all of the caves so conveniently.
I don't know if it's a debug thing. The caves, yeah. We're gonna see now, Eunos is actually in Palace 3, even though it looks like Palace 4. And he's gotta get up to Magic 3. I think the goal is to take Magic 3 either in or before Palace 5. But I don't, it's been so long since I've run this, I don't remember all of the details. But I know the reason the palaces are connected the way they are has to do with them all sharing a memory bank. It's in P5.
Right.
Thanks, Eunos. So the way the memory banks work is Palaces 3, 4, and 6 share a memory bank, and Palaces 1, 2, and 5 share a memory bank. From exit 0 when you're in Palaces is the lowest numbered Palaces entrance. So you can, if you're in Palace 4 or 6, you can warp to the Palace 3 entrance. If you're in Palaces 2 or 5, you can warp to the Palace 1 entrance. So, Eunos getting life 3 there.
We'll see these warps again later when they come back to fight the bosses.
Yes, so there is a little bit of backtracking and stuff, but the healer glitch, the scroll lock that we have, does make it a lot easier because we don't have to fully backtrack everything all the time. So it makes it a lot less tedious than it would be if you tried to do this sort of thing without the healer glitch. Oh no, Lite falls into the lava there.
That is a last life situation.
Oh, Lite, why are you... Okay, yeah, you want to get that key. Okay, Eunos getting the kidnapped child. Remember that, we have the kidnapped child. You need that to get the reflect spell, which is definitely going to happen in the... just not for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, so even though Eunos had warped to Palace 3, the game remembered that he last entered Palace 4.
Yes, so...
Got the exit.
Yes.
Oh. Lite fending off those knives.
Okay,
from
good.
Rebo.
Alright. I wonder if we'll see Lite pick up the 1-up.
Lite just got the life level up, which is very welcome.
Yes. So, Eunos, having some low health, needs to cast Fairy. We don't even get the option to try Eco Key in this one. And you can't, the only way you can get that key is by doing Eco Key, so it's not possible to go back and get it in this category because of the way Scroll Lock impacts your spawns. Alright, gets that magic 3, which is good, because you need, we need magic to ferry through this next door. Or, no, not that one, but when we actually do ferry through a door. I think.
Yeah.
No, wait, we don't actually need to ferry through any doors. We need it for later.
Fortunately, able to use the scroll lock to...
Oh no, we do need to ferry through this door. That's right. We do have to ferry through that one. But now, we can skip the other 2 locked doors on the way to the flute because of scroll lock. It's very confusing. Also, if you make a wrong turn in a number of rooms, you can actually soft lock yourself in the ceiling, so it's very risky if you don't navigate this properly. Lite also gets the magic 3 at the proper time. Okay. But Eunos should be good even with the low health because they should be able to... he should be able to get the flute, and then the next place will be to go get the heart container, so... Alright, so that's good. And now we need to go into New Kasuto to get the last magic container. And then we'll have to get... Oh no! Did the
Okay,
hammer
got
break? Almost took the encounter. Okay. But thankfully did not.
I mean, even if he did, he could have just started the grind there. Gonna
That's
need
true.
to get those levels.
That is true, because you want to have attack 4 going into Great Palace. So Lite is doing good now. Getting the heart container. We're gonna... Oh, had to scroll the screen there, or you'd in the glitch town, otherwise you'd soft lock in the ocean.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
Eunos scrolling back to spawn that orange. Okay, is this...
That is quite promptly what I did the first time I ever got Healer Glitch. So excited, and the next thing I knew, I was standing in the middle of the ocean.
Yes. Okay, so gonna do a little bit of grinding here. I imagine Eunos will also pick up the 500 P bag. Also gonna get another heart container, and we need to get the thunder spell as well. So, and we're gonna see Lite now heading over to do the same grind. So luckily, Lite will be able to do the grind much faster, just because he doesn't, or they don't have to make up for being on attack 2. So the first couple kills were slower for Eunos, and they just have less total experience that they need to get. So
Yeah, all going back to that Death Mountain RNG.
yeah. So the shorter grind will let Lite catch up a little bit, but again, there's a lot where things can go wrong coming up.
Yes.
So you got to jump at the cloud there, and that cloud is which proves that Miyamoto intentionally did that. The way that you're supposed to play the game.
Absolutely.
So we're getting the second spell, which is the thunder spell, and you had to get all 8 magic containers to do that. So, and Lite, yeah, not very far behind getting that magic container, and Lite has 262 more XP, so that's going to make 1 or 2, I think that's 2 fewer encounters that Lite will have to take. So, depending on what happens, things could be real close going into... oh no, gets that encounter. You want to really only take forest encounters. Lite only needs 1 encounter, so...
There's attack 4 for Lite.
And Eunos is going to get it off this red Lizzie.
The red Lizzies, which for some reason only give 100 points, even though they're much harder than the orange ones.
Yes.
That was probably a typo.
I think so. It was a localization issue. So Lite and Eunos are now both in Great Palace. Lite's just a little bit ahead, thanks to the shorter grind. And so this is a lot of fun. We only have the jump and the thunder spells. No life spell to speak of. Normally, if you're used to any percent, a lot of the enemies won't spawn because of the way the normal scroll lock impacts enemy spawning and your horizontal placement. But now, this version of the scroll lock doesn't have that same effect. So it's much more dangerous, and we only have, we have a little bit more stats than we did if you were doing an any percent run. But at the same time, it's also just very, very risky, very rough.
Yeah. Link, I think in the canon legend, Link was not supposed to be here with these levels.
No.
This is not what the king intended when he set the Triforce in this palace for the hero to come get. he was not planning on the hero somehow getting here with only life 4 and in this glitch state.
Only life 3
and
attack
without
4.
Oh, right. And without having placed any of the crystals that the legend specifically stated the hero is supposed to have placed, Link is really tempting fate by breaking into the palace like this. Oh no, Eunos
Lite
lost life.
Eunos taking a death there. That's rough because there is one intentional death planned, but also it's, this will be an interesting use of the Thunder Spell coming up here if that Bicula shows up. Thunder Spell knocks the Bicula back and destroys any projectiles on screen. That was actually a strat I was the first to use. Once I realized we didn't have the jump spell, needed something to do there, and it turns out also the Thunder Spell knocks the Bird Knight back further if you do it when he's in the air. So
yeah, and it seemed like it just still caught up to Lite so fast, and Lite's taken a death now.
Oh no. So it's good because that was after the Thunder cast, so Lite won't have to take another death. And if it were me, I would choose to refill my life on the ferry coming up. Lite is not doing that. Okay.
Gonna go for a damageless Thunderbird fight.
Yes, either that or another death abuse, but I really doubt that, so. Eunos needs a death anyway. We'll probably take it in the Crumble Bridge room, also in the rando affectionately known as the Eon room, or Eon drop. Yeah, so... Oh, no, is Eunos gonna just try for a jar drop? Or a jar from the... Alright, so... you can cast Thunder, but it's all your magic, so even if you had other magic, you couldn't cast it. Okay.
Okay, so this is Lite's last life.
Eunos just took a death, so that's Eunos' last life, and this is where things get rough because, I mean, both players could easily... It's 32 hits on Thunderbird at attack.
Lite game over.
You can only survive one. Lite game over. So Eunos has a big lead now if he can capitalize.
Yeah.
So there's an interesting thing about this Thunderbird as well. If you hesitate at all entering the room, then normally the right edge of the screen is safe to stand in, barring any stray fireballs as Thunderbird is making their way over there. But if you hesitate at all entering the room, the right edge of the screen is no longer safe to stand. So,
and Eunos took a hit, so on the edge
that's an early hit to be taking because once you get now Thunderbird is in the enraged state, throwing more fireballs. And so the second half is much more dangerous than...
Yeah. And no!
So, Eunos also taking a game over to Thunderbird, and that is exactly why I said this run is not marathon safe. And...
oh my goodness, Lite trying to get through that bot, and it just had to keep fending off beams.
And honestly, that's not the only place in the game, in this run, where a game over is possible.
But at least in Great Palace, if they game over, they still have the scroll lock set up.
That is true.
If they game over at Guma or something like that, then... And I guess at that point, they could just set up normal scroll lock, or since they have all the items. But they would still need to do the healer glitch again.
So the normal scroll lock does impact boss spawns, though, and you get some really funky spawns that are not fun to deal with.
Yeah.
So... Like, Horsehead, I know, spawns under the overhang.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be... Did you just go ahead and fight some of those bosses normally, and then do another healer glitch or HUD warp to...
No, I would do the healer glitch, and just... Because it's still... You're going to be able to skip so much... so many more rooms. And with the palace connections.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because, like, we'll never actually go to the Palace 3 entrance, nor to the Palace 1 entrance.
Okay. Light facing off a Blue Eagle Knight. Oh! Not able to do it clean.
That Bird Knight did not want to jump.
No.
We have Eunos in the Bicula room.
Went for the despawn, I think, but...
Right, Eunos, or Lite, going on. Eunos making another attempt at the Bicula. Attempting to get through without casting Thunder.
Which
I
save
get that.
magic.
Saves magic, that means he doesn't have to Death Abuse to refill magic. Light clipping into the wall there.
that was something I've never seen before, but it was really funny.
Alright, so Light, take 2 on Thunderbird. Let's go.
Oh no! Eunos takes a death to a spicy. Those were just some really rough fire spawns. Couldn't get that pattern the first time. Oh no, but Light just took a death Thunderbird in his last life again.
Yeah,
oh no. Eunos just got kicked in the head by that Eagle Knight.
Oh no, okay. But I really hope Eunos goes to get the fairy.
Yeah. 1 HP gaming.
Yeah, and I cannot even communicate just how stressful the Thunderbird fight is in this run.
Yeah. And Light's already taken a hit.
Yes.
So... oh no!
Oh no!
And Light's back to the start.
Yes.
Eunos has a chance here, but again...
Yeah, Eunos can cast Thunder, even with the Skull Bubble hit. He has enough magic to cast Thunder.
Because it's, 100 out of 120 total, so you can...
It's 120 out of 128.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and he's got less than half a bar removed.
Yeah, that's not until later it goes down to 100. Like
yeah,
Magic
7. Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice job for Eunos fixing the pendulum there. So the idea on this fight, I can talk about some of the science here. The way the Thunderbird works is that it constantly moves up and down in a regular interval, and then it tracks left and right to move towards Link's position, and it checks every, I think, 16 pixels to see whether it needs to turn or not. And so you can actually manipulate Thunderbird's positioning, and the goal is to keep Thunderbird low over the platform so that you can get the most damage in. So taking life 4, getting the key, and up A. So Eunos, nice work. And now he's going to make his way out of Death Mountain to go over to Palace 6 for the Barba fight. So that's huge. So the oh no, yeah, you can't see anything, and you want a fairy feet or link feet out of these fixed encounters there. But makes it through and just walk left here, and we have another fairy feet right here, or a link feet.
Light dealing with Bicula's room again. Okay, gets through clean.
Alright. Eunos gets the link feet, which is real nice. Oh, okay. Went in there to reset the overworld spawns. I don't think he remembered that it was going to spawn him most of the way through the room, though.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, with the link feet, you can save magic, which is actually really good, because you do need a death abuse in here. Oh, it does get the jar. That really helped. He's very happy that he got the red jar.
He wouldn't be able to farm it, I guess, because if he tried to exit, it would take him down the elevator.
Right. So, I mean, you could farm it, but you'd have to warp through Palace 3 first to do it. So, looks like Lite took an intentional death abuse there, and now, on their last life, making their way over to the Thunderbird fight. So Eunos did not get the ceiling walk, unfortunately, so has to cast Fairy there, but that also doesn't help.
And this room has to be really terrifying in this scroll off.
Yeah, you have to.
These
you really
raw
want to
heads.
take out the raw heads, and also you'll notice Eunos is pausing, which fixes the graphical corruption, because the platforms aren't where it says that they are. So, all right, Lite back at Thunderbird. So let's hope Lite gets it this time. Although Lite did take a real early bop, that is not good.
Hopefully able to settle down.
Yeah. Oh.
Not in phase 2 yet.
Got a little bit. Okay. Makes the early turnaround there to restore the pendulum after there was some reverse motion from Thunderbird. So you do this fight, like, when I was running this category, I just practiced this fight for hours. And you get really good at finding efficient ways to pendulum without having to go stand back in the corner, because that's just slow.
Almost there.
Alright, come on.
There it is.
Yes, and we have Eunos fighting Rebenak for the very first in this Rebenak refight. Also, the Rebenak is real interesting here because his hitbox can get messed up and like be below the floor, and you can't damage him. So super happy Lite took down Thunderbird, and they are able to way to Palace 6 now. So
Yep. Oh no! Light fell in the lava. Is there
yeah, if you take a bop from an enemy, you can get knocked into that lava there. It's unfortunate. Okay. So the fun thing about this fight is you cannot predict where Barba is going to spawn. Normally, if you don't move, or if you don't have any hesitation going into the room, you can always get Barba to spawn first in the rightmost pit. With Scroll Lock, that is no longer true, the way it impacts X positioning, so...
And Eunos on last life now, which is going to be a big factor when going to fight Guma.
And this is where we see the sideways jackhammer coming into play, because jump spell, and it's real risky to do a jumpless jackhammer if you guess the wrong pit. So Eunos making very short work on take 2 of Barba there. That was an outstanding fight. And we'll be taking, I'm assuming, attack 5 to make the Gooma fight easier. Because Gooma with attack 4 is not fun. Gooma with attack 5 is also not super fun, but...
It is less not fun.
Correct. And so now we actually... I love this. There's so many things that are unique to this category. We're going to be going through the fence encounters backwards coming up here and going through the River Devil backwards. It's the only category that I'm aware of that you do that in. Love it. And so I said that Thunderbird wasn't the last place that we were worried about a game over. When I was running this category, I would say the run doesn't really start until after Gooma. Because that Gooma fight with such low levels is very difficult. And so you just really want to make sure you get through there. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Eunos making the smart play to go up and get this one up before the Gooma fight. I think that is the correct play given that he's on his last life.
Yeah, and Lite, I think, already collected that one up, so he isn't going to have that option.
Lite's on their last life now after taking that intentional death abuse. There is a swamp one-up that Lite may choose to get, but I don't know. So...
Would it require using Fairy Spell to get that one up?
It would. You can cast Fairy twice, though, with Magic 3.
Okay.
And all 8. So... Lite doing good on that Rebo refight, which is you refight him before you fight him. And now get a nice little jaunt through Palace 5. And we can skip everything because we don't need anything, and it's really cool. We can actually... Well, at this point, we don't have any keys left over, but an interesting thing about Palaces 1, 2, and 5 is that you cannot actually... you cannot place the gem unless after killing the boss without exiting the palace and re-entering. And so, as a result, we won't place any gems in palaces 1, 2, or 5. Which means we can use those keys in other palaces. Which is why we didn't have to get the magical key. Because we don't have enough magic to be ferrying through every door. Lite making quick work of Barba there with the sideways jackhammer. And just gotta say, Lite's sideways jackhammer is, like, the best.
Eunos
Right.
can't take a hit, but almost done. Uh-oh.
Oh, doing the... So if you keep Gooma at the right edge of the screen, his mace despawns and you can't take damage from it. It's slower that way, but it's much safer. So probably a smart move on Eunos' part to just really avoid taking that death. So doing the stabs, you remember we picked up that kid. Well, we took that kidnapped child on an adventure, and now it's finally time to return the child home. So...
Yeah, that kid will have stories to tell about all those game overs in Great Palace and getting to go through over and over again.
Yeah, I think Link should be on the hook for that kid's therapy bills. So, alright, doing some encounter skips. Oh, not here, actually, just... No, you can't... Oh, no! Okay.
Found the
Wasn't-
exit.
Yeah, you can jump at the cloud on that one, too. So here you get the reflect spell. We don't get upstab because we don't need it. We only need the reflect spell because you need it to take down Karok. So you can technically place the gems in Palaces 3 and 4 as well as we did the gem in Palace 6. But I don't expect either runner will place the gem in either Palace 4 or 3. They'll save those keys for later in the run and just go faster, basically.
Yeah. Really, once Guma's down, there aren't bosses that are taking an excessive number of hits.
Yeah,
so
Eunos has a nice wrong warp here. Scrolls the screen left, exits right. We're at the cave, and now you can do the normal walk to Maze Island, which is awesome that works. Sorry to interrupt you there. I just had to point that out.
Oh, all good.
And we have a Guma fight coming up for Lite. Oh no, taking a big hit there.
Lite, I think, is on their last life because they didn't pick up a 1-up.
Yeah, so Lite going safe in here. This fight is very scary to do quickly. You can save a lot of time on here with some risky strats, but at this point, you just want to make sure you finish the run, because once you take down Guma, nice job, Lite. Once you take down Guma, you can breathe a big sigh of relief, because that is now the hardest parts of the run are behind you, so...
Yeah, and you can kind of approach the fight safely. Oh, Lite did not pick up that 1-up yet. So,
okay, so
I thought
saving some time not getting that 1-up first, but now we have Eunos on Karok, which is, it's Karok. There's not much to say. Your thumb gets tired holding down, but seems like Eunos got some pretty bad RNG there, honestly.
Yeah. Didn't see exactly how long that took, but it wasn't short.
Yeah, so Lite is getting Reflect Spell. Eunos is now in Palace 3, which, if you don't know what's coming up, is the official mascot of Glitched Zelda 2. If you have a Rebo Shark emote, get ready to spam it when Eunos gets to the boss. So, the name Rebo Shark should give you an idea of what, but if you've not seen it before, it's awesome. Literally the best boss in the game.
You have the head of, you have the sprite for Rebo, but riding part of Karok's cape.
Yes, it's because we wrong warped from Palace 4, we still have the Palace 4 tile set loaded, and it just so happens that in the CHR bank for Palace 4, in the exact spots that correspond to where the horse is in the Palace 3 CHR bank, is part of Karok's robes. And so instead of getting a horse, we get something made from Karok's robes that a lot like a shark. So... Okay, so get your Rebo Shark emotes ready.
There it is. The shark
Heck
is
yeah.
running off screen.
Good fight. So
Yeah.
and I think probably we'll cancel the move here is generally to save... Oh, taking the magic. The move I usually would go for is just dump everything into life, because you don't need any more magic, and you're not going to get enough XP for another attack level, and that won't improve time anyway.
Yeah. And there's not really any other ways to get life refills.
Yeah,
No life
because you don't
spell.
have the life spell. Oh no, Eunos going into the jar tile. So the next thing that is unique to this category that I don't think you do in any other category is take the raft, go into the west. So, love that.
Yeah, that's stuff that you generally only do when you're lost, wandering around, wondering where you missed a magic container or something, because the
Yeah.
lady in Nukasuda will give you the 8th magic container, which I think is where most people that say they got stuck on something when they tried to beat it
Yes.
without a guide, that is the spot, is where it's usually the one in the
Island.
maze. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so Eunos has low health, which is why potentially saving the level up for life would have been good. But now we're making our way through Palace 2 to Helmet Head.
Safely
Okay,
getting by the Moa.
Lite now in Palace 3, so we're gonna have more Rebo Sharks to spam in chat. Spam them if you got them.
Yeah. And Eunos taking a hit.
At least having attack 5 here for having attack 5 means that it's the same amount as in the all keys run. You have the same Helmet Head fight. So yeah, Lite took 2 game overs to Thunderbird. Eunos only took 1 game over to Thunderbird. That's really the difference in the race right now. So, all right. So here we are for
There it
we
goes.
go. Nice.
Okay,
All right.
Light has arrived.
Yeah, and now Eunos is in Palace 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on,
Light
Light. Okay,
finishes it
good.
off. And say that fight was going so well. And it,
Okay. Oh, and Light also takes magic for. I wonder why. We'll have to ask in the post-race interview why they both chose to take magic 4. Game 1 was 100% no major glitches. So. Okay.
yeah, Eunos can't take a hit.
Has to
So there
Go
it
under. Nicely and patiently waits for that. And now, oh, Light may have wanted one of those fairy spawns,
Yeah.
and makes quick work of Helmet Head. All right, so now Eunos can make his way back to Great Palace. So, gotta finish the category off with the Dark Link fight.
The only boss you can't fight out of order. I guess,
Yeah.
except for the Rebo refights, I suppose, if you count those.
Lite scrolled the screen and ended up back at the entrance, so... Just jump, there you go. Okay, good. Yeah, you could technically fight Dark Link first, but then you would need to up A after that, and then you'd have to up A after that and then go do Thunderbird, but then Dark Link wouldn't stay dead, so you'd have to fight him again to get credits.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. We wanted the run to end on and there's not a way, didn't want to force people to fight Dark Link twice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then you're just adding a loop of GP.
Right.
So it makes a better run.
Yeah, if Dark Link stayed dead and you just had to enter the room and get the Triforce, I do think that would be an awesome run.
Yeah. Oh no, Lite.
Lite taken the death. That's okay. They have another life. I don't think it should be a problem to get back to the GP entrance and then up A there.
Yeah.
Eunos in Great Palace now, and much higher stats than we were here the last time, with Life 5 instead of Life 3, and Attack 5 instead of Attack 4. So, makes a decent difference, actually, for survivability. But also, we don't have to worry about saving magic. So, you can use Thunder on the Bicula and not have to take a death abuse.
Oh dear. Okay, Eunos gets through, but that spicy chicken was not nice.
Lite making their way through Helmet Head and back in Palace 1 to do Horsehead. Fun fact, so we saw that if you warp from Palace 4 to Palace 3, you get Rebo Shard. If you warp from Palace 5 to Palace 1, you actually get a Dark Souls monstrosity. Because it builds up the Horsehead enemy from bits of the Guma sprite, and it's also pretty wonderful, but unfortunately it is not optimal to do that, so... if you want to see what that's like, though, you should check out my Horsehead percent. It is comfortably in last place by like 20 minutes, but it is an outstanding run.
And that is the only place I've ever seen that version of Horsehead. I remember when I was first looking at the leaderboard for Horsehead, as why is Eon so far behind? And I have to watch and see, right? And then I watched it, and I wound up watching it like twice that day.
Yeah, because I only did that because there's nothing in the rule that forbids major glitches. So I wanted to do a fun major glitched run. Lite is paused, and I don't know why. Maybe checking notes, maybe needing like a bathroom break or something. But Eunos able to now just walk right through the Thunder and Dark Link.
I saw the Lite open the door with the key right next to the Chewy, and then I saw they paused.
Yes.
And now I just realized they haven't unpaused yet.
Yeah, and they don't... there's no problem with keys at this point. Oh, Eunos didn't even pause to clear the dark.
Yeah.
So if you pause, you can clear those tiles and actually see the fight. Okay, Lite goes.
They made
Unpauses.
sure to take care of something real quick.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were just going to see if Eunos finished, they were just going to say GG, but they might have had...
Okay. Lite says, I finished the cool stuff, so I'm going to stop the run there. Apparently, I have to let some... Okay, so... Lite is forfeiting as well. Yeah. GG to Lite. I'm so happy to have seen an RBO race. And I don't know if we're going to get a race 3 or not.
I'm going to say no, because I think they said the next race was all keys. So...
Yeah, the next one is all keys.
So we'll find out from the runners what they want to do.
They did say maximum of...
It seems like they're going to be scheduling that for later.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Your thumb can only handle so much. Some games, you get a cutscene or something where you can take your thumb off the D-pad, but in Zelda 2, it's pretty much only when you're getting a spell from a wise man. Other than that, your thumb, I guess maybe when you place the gem as well, you can take your thumb off the D-pad and shake it real quick, but you are pretty much constantly holding down the D-pad for something in this game.
Well, that's an exciting start here. We're at 1 game apiece, so that means we're gonna have to have game 4 at the very least. So,
yep.
Which means up next we have 100% all keys. That'll be the next race, and then race 4 is going to be any percent no healer glitch. So,
oh god. Okay.
Hello, GG.
Hello. Thank you.
GG.
GG's.
Yeah, that was fun. RBO second was kind of crazy. Ian was saying, like, if I were you, I would have chosen RBO first, and I'm like, I would have chosen it last. So
I'm just thinking with the just the mental toll that running something like RBO takes on you, I would want to do that before racing something else.
Oh, that's funny because I thought the exact same thing, but so I had the reverse answer to it. I wanted to do 100% NMG first because I don't want to play that while like low energy, because I feel like if I go into that like pretty fresh, I'm just gonna win it.
Sure. I just figure if I go, the toll that it takes from running anything else first is gonna mess me up for RBO.
Oh yeah. No, surprisingly, 100% NMG, I could probably do like 5 of those in a row. Like I'm just so used to it that
Sure.
I think it doesn't take a big mental toll on me. It's like mostly muscle memory.
Yeah. So I do want to congratulate you both on not taking a death to Guma in RBO, because I always say that's where the race starts, is after Guma.
It's certainly like where it sort of ends as far as really being
Yes.
dangerous. But yeah, I mean, still, I think this run, I was creeping into GP with no hits left, but I had an extra guy.
Right.
Other runs, I've been creeping into GP without that, with the same health.
Right. No, I think the way I look at it is it doesn't matter what your pace is. You can't really count it as a run until after Guma.
Yeah.
But so also, I do have a question about both of you choosing to take Magic 4.
Mental toll.
Fair.
I think I just took it because there was. You mean like way after Guma, right?
Yeah, because I always hold.
There's no benefit from Magic 4.
Yeah,
there
you don't
isn't.
get any.
So what I was going to say is
go for
it.
Oh, I always hold for life 5, because or whatever the next life level is, you can get it in Palace 1 or 2, just for a little nice refill on life.
I have life 5 right now.
Okay, so then you can get
Life 6.
life
Fif-
6 then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's at 1500 XP. A lot of times I try to go for it and get extra kills, and then I just like don't get it, or yeah, it
Oh,
just
okay.
doesn't matter. If anything, you should skip Magic 4 and then just not worry about taking
Sure.
the level up because that's slower. But
That's fair.
yeah, it was like a difference of like 2 seconds. So I was like, all right, just take it. I don't want to think right now.
Yep.
But yeah, I never get life 6 in RPO as far as I'm aware. Like even with 5-3, 5 or whatever.
Right.
You can kill enough stuff to get it, but then that's slower. And like the end of the game is not hard
That's true.
at all. Once you get back into GP, it feels like a breeze compared to like what you just did earlier.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. And not having to worry about like taking a death abuse or saving magic for Thunderbird when you get back is
Yes.
really nice.
You just
Okay.
throw the thunder out. Oh my god, it's so easy. I love it. Because it's like the final, it's like the lap after the final lap in racing. I don't know what that's called.
The victory lap.
Yeah, it's a victory lap essentially.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I view it as.
Yeah, but
But I'm gonna say I was shitting my pants that whole RBO run because I'm like, am I doing the right thing? The levels I was worried about was before getting the GP. I was really slow about taking levels. I didn't know where to take the magic level, and then I remembered, okay, it's in P5 somewhere, and I'm like, okay, it's on the bag. Thank God, I remembered.
It's
yeah.
I do the same thing, even though it's in my splits. I'm always like, oh no, is this the place? But I mean, that P bag in P5 basically always gives you the Magic 3 level up, whether you're trying or not.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, exactly.
why are we worrying about it?
Yeah, I did pretty much everything. Like, I didn't do anything crazy or smart or anything. It just like laid out perfectly, and I'm like, why was I worrying so much?
The
But
route's so
every time I
good.
was hesitating. So
Like
Yeah.
those levels just come in at the right time. If you start off, you're like 3, 1, 2, okay, or 2, 1, 2 in my case. Okay, now we just take Magic and Life when they show up, and they show up at the right time.
Yeah, it's really well routed that way.
yeah, I like the XP routing. It's actually really good.
Yeah, thanks everybody who does XP routing in this game because I can't stand XP routing. That's like
Yeah, I did a lot of the. I think I refined the XP routing. The bulk of the initial routing was done by Nefarious Nosferatu and Squibbins. I think with a little bit of help from Meg Mac TV. And so
those are great.
yeah, and then I came in and cleaned up the XP routing, realized we didn't need to get the any key, and saved a few minutes because of that.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, the door routing is actually super fun too. Like
Yeah.
sometime in my notes, I'm like ferry immediately go right. So like you turn into a room where you're heading left, and then you ferry to the right. It's really cool to get the momentum cancel.
Yes.
Yeah, right in
P5.
that one in Palace 5 on your way to the flute.
Yeah, yeah, the door routing's great.
Nobody noticed, but I think I pushed on that door for like 5 seconds, thinking about if I'd done the wrong thing somewhere.
No, I noticed. I didn't say anything though.
It's just another one of those moments. Like, crap! Did I go? Like, I thought I maybe went one more screen left to the Guma path, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I was like, no, it's fine. There's not a door in there.
Well, and it's good that if you had tried to exit left there, then after going right for that door, you would have soft locked in the wall.
Yes, I did that when I was learning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did it many times while learning. And talking about the Guma fight, also I liked how you took advantage of the right edge of the screen to despawn the mace.
Yeah, but he almost got it out one time.
Yeah.
Like he can appear on the screen and he can be winding up and you don't see it. And then he appears on the screen and it's at full extension. It was like it was out for a frame before I hit him and knocked him back in. I was like, oh my God.
And Lite, you didn't do that, but you were on your last life, so I was real worried about how your Guma fight was going to go. Thankfully, it went well.
Yeah, I never play it that safe that early. Usually I do those like single hits only at the very end of it, but I had no lives, so yeah, you just have to do that. And I think Eunos was already like in P 3 at that point. Maybe no, that you have to go get reflect. So he was like already like super far. So I was like, I just have to not go get the extra life. I have to survive the Guma fight no matter what, and then just hope he gets like a really bad rebo in P3 and just get unlucky with the how the enemy spawns. Did you see mine, by the way?
Did I see what?
The commentators, the Rebo shark I had to fight had the really messed up hitbox. I had to do rising crouch stabs to hit it.
You had that?
I did see you were doing the rising crouch stabs. I didn't realize that it was because of the messed up hitbox, though.
Yeah, he wasn't getting hit on anything else. So.
Oh no. Well, I'm glad you were able to recognize and make it work, because that is always really scary.
Yeah, I think rebos were always like the bane of my runs of like failing. Like the P6 one before Barba, I'd always like accidentally die there. I thought it was like maybe the way I was dismounting Rebonac.
Right.
Because I always do the corner strats, and I was like, maybe that's just like an issue. So I've started to do the quick dismount instead, and it's the same problem. So
I always had more trouble with the Rebo before Barba with his hitbox than in the Palace 3 Rebo hitbox.
Yeah, that was my experience as well, actually. But this one was good. The P6 one was good. The P3 one was rough. But I think that's cool, like, to be able to survive it. Like, it was just cool to show it. I don't know if anyone noticed, but besides you.
No, that was really cool. Rising crouch stabs are a little bit difficult because you got to get so close as well.
Right. And he wasn't super aggressive on his blades. It was really weird. I was just, like, not getting hit.
Yeah,
and I wasn't really attempting.
I noticed you got down to the last hit and then couldn't get the last couple in, and then you got hit yourself and were down to only being able to take one hit. But I didn't realize that that you were dealing with that issue.
Yeah, you do the whole little run to the other side of the screen just to bring him like kind of halfway back on. But I guess I'm happy I was able to even do the run. I remember when I was first learning it, it took me quite a few attempts to even finish one, and this one would have finished. It would have been like a 105 or something. So I'm pretty happy that I could have possibly finished that.
Yeah, you did the good stuff.
And Eunos got the sub hour, even with what was it, 2 game overs in GP?
Just one.
I think it was just the one.
Oh, you only had one? Okay.
Yeah, that's where the difference was, because you were ahead going into GP initially, but then took the 2 game overs. So.
Oh, I thought I took 3. In the moment, it felt like a million years. So.
Yeah. I know.
It was very frustrating.
It did feel like didn't feel like one game over to me. It felt like an eternity of game overs.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened at the start of 100% NMG, Eunos?
I died to the Gorilla twice. I like crouch. We crouch a little bit for the boomerang. Late release, just snagged me in the knee, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I do a little hesitate and go, bam, right in the face. Just did it twice. 2 deaths. So I just start over. Just get my lives back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was a good call, because taking a game over inside Death Mountain before the hammer is not good.
Yeah. And it lets me I don't want to take a very slow game over, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I only died once in Jump Cave, and it put me in the mindset to want to go get the 1-up in the swamp. So dying twice, it's like, yeah, just restart.
Yeah, I'm right, because even if I get the 1-up, I think I ended up dying just really stupidly. Like, I went in to do a double hit on a Dyra, and I just face planted the Dyra without hitting it and died when I was about to be able to take life 2 to refill. And it was just, that if I'd had that happen with one extra guy that I already spent extra time getting the 1-up on, that'd have been a pretty bad mental position.
Yeah,
definitely.
That run I had it started off rough with that death, and then the rest of it was just really consistently solid.
Yeah,
The only thing I really
102,
messed up.
40.
Yeah, it was a 102.30.
Good.
Or maybe like a 40.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
remember.
whatever. It was a mid 102. I'm like, yeah. Well, I mean, I'd had the PB pretty big to beat that. So
Yeah, I've never gotten a 102 in a race. So I was like, okay, that's cool. The last run I had was like a 104. So
that recorded. Like, can we get some race swag stats?
yeah,
100%.
I think the 100% NMG tournament was on SRL.
Yeah.
SRL.
Yeah, my
Yeah, it
best
was
time
like
there
the
was a
last one.
103.
Hold on. Okay.
Dude had a 102, but I think I beat his 102.
Eunice, were you running against your own splits for the Hundo NMG?
I heard you ask, and I think that the reason that the splits were off is because I got that PB without when I wasn't on my splits or something.
Okay.
I guess I don't know. It's not like they're not just in splits or anything.
Yeah, I was just curious if they were like a recent splits or like that was your best race split or something. But I guess that makes sense too if it was
Just my
Yeah.
previous PB. Yeah.
Well, we get to play all keys tomorrow.
All keys.
And guaranteed no healer glitch.
And yep.
Yes.
No healer glitch. So might be able to even if we have a need for a fifth game, it'd be a much longer. That would be a long stream.
It would be.
Yeah.
Like, the only benefit is the no healer glitch being like 30 minutes, but yeah.
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 But also the two longest categories.
Yep.
Yeah, all keys and no door fairing are very close in time. I mean,
Because you had to go and ban any percent. And
I didn't have time to learn that.
you did time to learn it. Why wouldn't you just run forest route?
I thought about that too. But then what else am I banning? Like, if I'm looking at it from my I want to win perspective.
Ban all keys.
Yeah, but I think I can win all keys.
Well, I wasn't basing what I could win, and I just based on what I wanted to play and what I wanted to see, and making sure Eon could commentate RBO because
I really appreciate that. I definitely wanted to be able to commentate the RBO run. So
no, that's why I practiced RBO before this. That was the only thing I had time to practice because it takes so much of your time. So it took me 2 hours today before the race to actually play RBO again. And so if I'm looking at it from a perspective of I only have this amount of time to practice, then I can't ban all keys because that's a muscle memory category for me. I don't need to practice it. So now I can put my time into no healer glitch for early morning tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that'll be easy.
And I don't really have time to play NSL for sure. I was like, dude, I just hope he understands NSL. Yeah.
Category is the worst of all worlds.
Yeah, it has healer glitch at the front, and then the rest of it's like, I don't want to play this either.
Healer glitch at the front with a P bag RNG, by the way, is F you getting that bag. And then, then a whole bunch of ferrying through doors for like a half hour. And gem repeats. And then Dark Valley of Death with like life 5 and 4 bars of health. Yeah.
And no spell.
And no spells. That category's awful. That we saved everybody, all the viewers, we saved you from having to watch it.
Yeah, and then I'm okay with NDF going through because it's similar enough to all keys.
It is. I've died a lot in that. It's like all keys, but with less health. It's actually
As
that's
long
kind
as
of
you
messed
don't
me up a little.
skip the life spell, NDF is fun.
Don't skip the life spell.
Oh, yeah, don't skip that.
Why
that
do you
wasn't
skip
my plan.
You go ahead and skip
I
life
never
spell.
ran it with life spell.
All right.
What was that, Eunice?
I said, you go ahead and skip the life spell, please.
Yeah, okay. I just need to remember. Okay, the one thing that always throws me off is the healer in Fairytown. It's like the first house. I gotta remember that.
Yes.
All right.
That's last, so it's all good. It'll be fun.
Okay.
You guys picking up again? You say 5 p.m. again tomorrow?
I'll get back to you. I'll get with Lite here in a few and work it out. I haven't looked at my tomorrow's schedule yet.
Okay, CSR schedule something in now is pretty open tomorrow. We will be able to put you guys in somewhere on
too.
the schedule tomorrow, so that will not be a concern. It's a pretty quiet Sunday. We've got 2 weekly races and one tournament race, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think my schedule's pretty open for tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow's when you guys have Minish Cap until like 4:30 Eastern. Okay. Cool.
We've got the EU week. Okay, time randomizer EU weekly race at 9 a.m. So that'll go to about noonish, noon, 12:30 maybe. Generally, sometimes a bit later. Got like the fast randomizer match at noon. That'll go to like 2-3 p.m. depending on what mood they get, and then TMCR. Depends on the settings and if we have enough people for that. Just let us know, preferably sooner than later, so we can get it on the CSR schedule and find comms and all that stuff. But GG's.
Yeah, thanks for hosting us.
Yeah, thank you so much. ZSR is always great to work with on these tournaments. Y'all do such a great job. Thanks to Lite and Eunos for putting on such a good show for us. Thank you to my co-commentator, Shadow, for all the great commentary.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
GG's.
Yes, GG's. I'm looking forward to the thrilling conclusion to this tournament.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Find out next
No matter
time on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Kakarot!
So pleased to give both of our runners a follow, Eunos and Lite, as well as our two commentators, Eon and Shadow. Thank you all so much. We will be back sometime tomorrow, as mentioned, with more of this matchup. So hope to see you all then. Keep an eye on the CSR schedule and just on this channel as well. Whenever it will be here on this channel, and then we hope to see you then. For now, though, that'll be it here for us. We're going to go on over and say hi to our sister channel ZSR2. They are currently restreaming the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard and a weekly race. About an hour and a half in, so let's see how that's going. Thank you for watching all, and we will see you next time.